What's going on, everybody? Almost Counts Collectibles here, and in this video we're going to be checking out another Goodwill thrift store run in addition to a Big Lots that was closing down nearby that we happened to run into and found a few items in there. So let's go ahead and dive into this box first of Goodwill items and check out what we got. Alright, now that we're a little bit closer, so right here on top I found this hanging on a little end cap over in the clothing section. They had a PlayStation 2 Buzz hat. Now, if you don't know what Buzz is, I actually have, I think we have nearly all of them. But I'm going to pull these off the shelf here real quick. So Buzz is this game that was played with like little handheld buzzers. Some of the more adult ones were like trivia and things like that. And then they had their junior versions, which we had Jungle Party, we had Robo Jam, and we have had many of family game nights playing Buzz, some that got pretty intense. Now, are these games perfect? No, they're not, but these games are a lot of fun, especially if you have good working buzzers. That's a picture of the buzzer right there. It's got a bunch of mini games where you have to press the right things and, you know, the red button to do certain stuff. But these are very fun games. So when I saw this hat, I couldn't believe it. So I got this PlayStation 2 Buzz hat for $2 pretty much, and it is in great shape. So got that to add to the gaming collection. One of my kids naturally, they found a Fortnite hoodie, so we grabbed this pretty sweet Fortnite hoodie. Some of these Fortnite items are pretty plain. This one actually has like the Nike swoosh on it and stuff like that, which, you know, I guess they partner with Nike or something to be able to use that, but it had a pretty neat design on the front. So we went ahead and picked that up. Got a few more clothing items. So we actually found a Goosebumps shirt. Now this is, which episode is this? Hold on. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it says at the bottom, The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. So yeah, The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. So pretty cool Goosebumps shirt. This was, I think, so this is a medium. And then one more shirt. They had this pretty cool, this is actually the back of the shirt. But they had a pretty cool Marvel Spider-Man shirt with a pretty decent graphic on it there. And then the front just has that classic Spider-Man, you know, the animated series Spider-Man logo there. But pretty cool Spider-Man shirt. Big Spider-Man fan. All right, we found a stuffy Master Ball, which my middle child absolutely had to have. So we grabbed a Master Ball. We got a Mr. Potato Head Optimus Prime. I think he's missing his nose and possibly his mouth there. But this was really cool. This ended up being like, so it was $1.99, but it was 50% off. So this was like $1. So got this little Mr. Potato Head Optimus Prime figure. This was really neat. So I am a Toy Story fan. I've been collecting Toy Story stuff. And they had this Zurg, like, electronic thing. And I didn't know what it was at first. It turns out this is like a projection game. I guess this projects stuff onto the wall or the ceiling. And originally it came with like a zapper or something like that. So it didn't come with the zapper, but we turned this on and it actually worked. And it was making some pretty cool sound effects. So it was $3. And the fact that it was in pretty decent shape and it was working was pretty cool. I don't remember what buttons that I pressed to get this to actually make noises. So this thing has a lot going on. There we go. So this controls the movement. It's pretty sweet. Even if I don't have the stuff to actually use it, him lighting up and talking and moving around and everything was really cool. So we're going to put that on the Toy Story shelf. got this for $1. So one of my kids is really into like astronauts and, you know, rockets and stuff like that. We Came in Peace, the story of man in space. This has some really cool photos and a bunch of detailed stuff about rockets. I mean, it did separate there in the middle, but that can be glued back. But it had a lot of really cool like pictures and diagrams and just some really neat stuff in there for $1. A cool book to look through. My kids really love books. Next stuff. So we got some media items. So they actually had complete seasons of The Simpsons and some other stuff. So I got the complete 7th season with the special edition like Marge head. This was $2. And at Goodwill, you always gotta like actually check, because I picked up like 5 or 6 of these seasons of The Simpsons, and 3 of them were completely empty. It was just the case, not a single disc inside of them. But this actually has all the original inserts. It's got all the discs in here and everything. So that was a huge score for just $2. And then they had the Bart Simpson one for the complete 10th season. Once again, $2, and I did check it. Everything was in here. So we got Bart here on the front. We got the inserts. We've got the discs. Just really cool to find those for just like $2. So this Goodwill was really weird. Their like media stuff was cheaper than any Goodwill I had ever seen. Like $2 on DVD complete seasons and other DVDs, and their VHS tapes were $1, which is pretty standard for most Goodwills. However, all of their clothing items, all of these shirts were $5 a piece. Every shirt they had, even if it was a plain t-shirt with nothing on it, it was $5, which was ridiculous to me because they had just tons of clothing. And I don't understand. Most Goodwills I go to, an adult shirt is like $2.50. And on some days where it's on sale, it's like $1 something for a shirt. This place was over $5. It was like $5.49 or something for just these shirts, which was crazy. And they also didn't have bags. They do not give you bags, which is why this is in a box. I happen to have this box in the back of my truck. They don't do plastic bags. If you don't bring a reusable bag, then you just have to put everything back into your cart and take it all out to your vehicle and put it in your vehicle one at a time. Got a copy of the Green Lantern. Call me crazy. I like this movie. I really enjoy this movie. Now, I'm not a huge Green Lantern fan, which is probably why. I can imagine when Spider-Man's not done right, like I don't like it, no matter how enjoyable the movie might be. So Green Lantern fans probably felt the same way, which is why this movie got a lot of hate. But I'll be honest, I enjoyed this movie and I finally wanted to get a copy of it. This was in really good shape. Got a copy of Air Bud's 7th Inning Fetch for the VHS collection. It was in really good shape and we don't have this movie, so got that. I got the complete 5th season, which I already have, but mine is actually sealed. So I got this one for $2 because I checked it. And this was one of the few seasons that actually had the discs in there. So grabbed that. Got a copy of The Grinch, the Jim Carrey one, just because we didn't have it in the collection and the disc was in really good shape. Got a copy of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the movie. Once again, in really good shape. Didn't have a copy of it. We like Avatar, so I grabbed that. Couple more VHS tapes. So they had Gumby the movie on VHS. Now this case isn't perfect, but the cassette tape was in really good shape, and the artwork and everything was in really good shape. Worst case, I can swap this out eventually for another case, but we grabbed Gumby the movie. Have never seen that before in person on VHS. And I got a copy of Free Willy. Not because we need it, have like 3 of these, but this VHS case is in really good shape. More than likely I'll swap it out for this Gumby one, but picked up another VHS for $1. And then the last thing from Goodwill was this Marvel Funko Pop puzzle. Now, be very careful buying puzzles from Goodwill, especially if they're not brand new, because more than likely, all of the pieces to that puzzle are not in there. And there's nothing worse than buying a puzzle, like a 1,000-piece puzzle, putting it together and getting down and missing like 1 or 2 pieces at the end. I cannot stand that. Me and my wife really like to do puzzles, and my kids really love Marvel, and they like Funko Pops. So we got this to put together as a family. I forget how much it was. It was $1.99. So if it's not there, worst case scenario, kind of wasted a couple bucks, but we will see. So we will see on the puzzle and see if it's a win or a loss, but picked up the puzzle. All right, let's check out what we got from Big Lots. All right, so we ran into Big Lots. It was right next door to the Goodwill that we were in, and they had a big sign that said up to 30% off store closing because, you know, Big Lots is going out of business. At least for the most part. I know some deal was made and someone's trying to save them and keep a few stores open, but more than likely that's probably not going to last long. But my oldest has been slowly collecting micro machines, and they had this micro machine set that looks like the old micro machines, you know, from back in the day. This was only like 20% off, I think, because it was considered a toy, but got this for like, I think 12, 13 bucks. So we got another micro machine. This is a Tuner Garage expanding playset. So picked up this micro machine item, pretty neat. And then a few media items. So we picked up this Nickelodeon Out of the Vault Rewind. It's got Cat Dog on it, the Wild Thornberries, the Angry Beavers, Real Monsters, and Danny Phantom. So I thought that was really cool. That ended up being like $3. Then we got this Nickelodeon 5 movie collection. It's got Good Burger on there, and I don't hardly ever see a copy of Good Burger on VHS or DVD or anything like that. So picked that up, thought that was really cool. And then last but not least, picked up a copy of Power Rangers Jungle Fury, the complete series on DVD. Like I said, this came to like $6 something, I think, with the discount. Not that I'm a fan of Jungle Fury. I've actually never seen it, but we picked it up for, you know, like $6. So I might get around to checking it out one day, but picked that up. So that's what we got from Big Lots. Let me put everything back real quick and we'll take a look at everything we got. All right, here's one last look at everything we just picked up from that Goodwill/Big Lots run. So we got the Simpsons seasons. We got some VHS tapes to include Gumby. We got some pretty cool shirts to include that Goosebumps and Spider-Man shirt. We got some DVDs to include the Nickelodeon DVD sets back there. We got the Micro Machine set. We got the Emperor Zurg toy. We got the Master Ball. We got that awesome PlayStation 2 Buzz hat. We got a astronaut book. And we got the Marvel Funko Pop puzzle back there. Just some really cool items that we found. So always make sure you're checking those thrift stores, especially those Goodwills. Even though a lot of them are crazy and have completely different prices, might eventually outprice themselves from even being shopped at all. But continue to check them out while they're still decent on prices. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Hope you guys enjoyed checking this stuff out with us. Let me know if you enjoyed anything that you saw today. And until next time, everybody, we'll see you next video.